live from the Matrix, where you shouldn't take anyone else's chargers.
Don't. It's very important.
Leave their chargers. Use your own. Don't touch anyone else's.
Let's start the show. Go ahead, Tony. Hit the button. Okay. Yeah. Look, we got a full boat here.
Oh, Voltron.
Nice. I'm just making a quick note here. Sorry about that. Yes, joining us for the show today. Well, Rebecca Frost, of course, is here.
Oh, hey, don't mind me at all. I'm just working here.
Okay. Returning champion Jay Whitaker is here.
I have turned as a champion.
Yes, you have returned as a
Asian
champion.
Mandor.
Yeah, that's it. Asian man. I don't know. I'm the champion of Asians.
Champion
Nice.
J of ASEAN.
He's out on tour, doing a lot of shows.
Yeah, I'm in Dallas. I ate a brisket for breakfast.
That's
you
living.
live in the dream.
Will you go to the grassy knoll for me?
Huh? Nah, man. I got a convertible. That's a bad look.
Never drive your convertible through there. No.
Just go
You're
check
not
out
a
some of
progressive president.
just check out some of the
You'll be
angles.
fine.
The original Superman Kennedy comic book is in the museum there, though.
Oh, there you go.
Oh.
There you go.
But
Quad
that
T.
requires me to drive around Texas. I'm not doing that. It's
Yeah, I
cold.
wouldn't do that.
Pass.
Quad T, Too Tall Tony is here as well.
Hey. Yep. Hi.
From the Charger centric universe.
That's right. Just
Right.
leave them alone. Leave the chargers alone.
They're very important. Robert Deal is here. Hi, Rob.
Hello.
And
Throwback.
joining us, special
that's right.
guest. Special guest, Jake Black, everybody.
Hello.
He's that
Writer extraordinaire,
Mr.
Today's a-
Star Trek
Mr.
himself.
Star Trek. Yes.
Today's secret word is taco.
Yes.
Ooh, so we got to scream every time we hear taco.
Oh, apparently he's mad about that.
He's
but-
big. Yep.
I thought
And
he
our
loved food
host-
so much. I thought he'd love the reference.
And our
Who knew?
host,
Love
it's
it.
Oh.
ethnic food, though. He doesn't like ethnic food. Carrie Jackson.
Monday through Friday, 6 to 10, x96.com, at least for next week. All right. Let's begin. We got a trailer. This looks interesting. It's called Good Fortune. And there's Keanu Reeves as an angel with very small wings.
Very small.
He's so cute.
Okay, the thing never said how large. You said every time when a bell rings, an angel gets his wings. They never said how large.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Hermes
It's
had
not
those
about
little
the
dinky
size of
wings.
the wing.
Yeah.
That's right. How you use them.
It's about how
Hermes
you flap
had
it.
those
is.
little
It's-
dinky wings on his ankles. And look at
That's
him.
true. That's true. Written and
It's not the
directed
size-
by...
It's not the size of the wing. It's how you flap that thing. There it is.
Exactly. Written and directed by Aziz Ansari. It's not only about a sad angel, it's actually about an angel trying to do something good and really screwing up. Now, this thing has been on the shelf for a couple of years.
Oh.
Now, I don't know why, other than maybe Aziz was kind of toxic there for a bit.
I was just about to say, is this the beginning of an Aziz comeback tour?
Could be. Could be.
I saw him on something else like very recently. I don't remember what it was, but I was like, oh, did he get redeemed somehow?
Did he do his time?
Yeah.
His I love the bits that he did with I forgot her name now on SNL where they would talk dirty to each other. It was hilarious. But Keanu Reeves' character switches the lives of the characters played by Aziz Ansari and Seth Rogen. Rogen is rich, Ansari is not, and Reeves' angel Gabriel hopes that showing each other how the other half lives will make them appreciative of what they have. That works for Seth Rogen, but it doesn't work for Ansari. He likes being rich and doesn't want to switch back. So,
Oh, so it's trading places with
Yeah.
wings.
Trading places with a bit of Meet Joe Black thrown in as Keanu
Yeah.
Reeves learns about being a human.
You got Kiki Palmer, you got Sandra Oh, you got. It looks funny. It looks funny.
The thing about Keanu Reeves is the older he gets and the more we learn about him and the more he just exists as himself, the more wholesome and just lovable he gets.
true.
October 17th is when that movie opens, so look for it. We also got a new look at
Yes.
the King of the Hill revival.
Bobby.
Yeah. No, it's
Man,
August
blew my
4th.
mind.
Yeah, August 4th is when it premieres on Hulu. 10-episode season. It is considered the continuation of the original show, which ran for 13 seasons, of course. And they are going to acknowledge the passing of time, as you can see. And if you're watching us on YouTube, know this. My wife has always maintained that I am, in fact, Bobby Hill.
You guys dress kind of similar.
And now...
Similarly wholesome.
And his parents
Holy
look
shit.
like my parents. I mean, seriously. They look like my parents.
Already
And
Tell me
6
more
a.m.
about
and the boy
your
ain't right.
grandpa.
my grandpa was an asshole.
Okay.
Just like Cotton.
Just like
Yeah,
Cotton.
there you go.
Yeah.
Man, damn.
So,
Carrie,
the
you
first-
put a fedora on Bobby. That is damn.
So here's the plot. Bobby Hill, the perpetual middle schooler, has grown up. The show's opening credits
He has
feature
a radio DJ job.
strangely enough, the show's opening credits feature the familiar alley setting, where they stand and drink their beers, and the refreshments song plays. But the time-lapse shows a number of years, including the Hill family moving out and then moving back. After years of working a propane job in Saudi Arabia to earn their retirement nest egg,
I'll sell propane and propane accessories to the Saudis.
Hank and Peggy return to a changed Arlen, Texas to reconnect with old friends Dale, Boomhauer, and Bill. Meanwhile, Bobby is living his dream as a chef in Dallas, Jay, enjoying his
Go to his restaurant, Jay.
enjoying
Yeah,
his
that's
20s.
brisket.
He's enjoying his 20s with his former classmates Connie, Joseph, and Shanae. I don't know who that character is.
I don't know the third one, yeah.
Shawnee.
Chani? Anyway, most of the voice cast is coming back, although Johnny Hardwick died in August of 2023, but he had done some voice recording. He's Boomhauer.
No,
That's
he's
what,
Dale.
yeah.
Dale Gribble.
Oh, he's Dale Gribble.
Yeah.
That's right, Dale
Yeah.
Gribble.
And he did 6 episodes before he passed away.
So they probably got somebody who sounds like Dale to
It's
do it.
I can't remember his name, but he's the voice actor that does Cotton and who else does he do? I can't remember. Anyway, he's the one that's already on the show regularly, and I guess he's just gonna do
I
an
wonder if
imitation.
Cotton is going to be still on the show.
No
Isn't
way.
he dead by now?
He died on the show, on the original show.
Oh, that's right, he
Oh,
did,
yeah.
didn't he?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
What
well,
about
then-
Bob Strickland? Do you think Bob Strickland is still alive?
Well, he's the one who sent me to Saudi Arabia.
He sent me
Yeah.
to Saudi Arabia. Sell
I just-
propane.
I don't
Oh,
know
well,
that
wait
I
a minute.
believe. I just don't know that I believe that he would go to Saudi Arabia.
I believe it.
Oh,
You
yeah.
gotta get
money.
You gotta get the bag. You gotta
Yep.
chase the bag.
Mm.
The money's
There's so many questions that I have because when I saw the little trailer or the little opening credit scene, it looked like John Redcorn was still out there
Oh, yeah.
tagging.
Oh
tagging
yeah.
that.
Well,
And then,
yeah.
And then I
John
want to.
Redcorn, you bet.
I mean, obviously, I know we're not going to get Luann, but I
Yep.
would like to know what
Oh.
happens with Lucky, Cotton's wife, and
Oh,
Hank
yeah.
Hank Jr.
Hank Jr.
Oh, yeah.
Junior.
Hank's half brother in Japan. I mean, like, they left a lot on the.
That's a lot on
Yeah.
the
Well, now-
table.
So
Now, according to Egg, Texans going to Saudi Arabia is a thing, apparently.
Uh-oh. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
So,
well, and
All right.
in the official like, I don't know if it was the description or an interview with the showrunner. I think it was an interview with the showrunner actually. He said that Luann and Lucky have just moved away, and there was one other thing that I thought. Oh, and that Dale comes across as a moderate now.
Well, when
Yeah, but what?
when the sides have stretched as far as they have,
Exactly.
if you don't move, you're a moderate now.
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what happens.
All right.
Yeah. So, what Luann? Yeah, that's because I was looking that up yesterday. Actually, Brittany Murphy died the year before the last season of the show,
Yeah.
And I can't remember. I think I missed the last
Major
couple seasons.
babies.
So I don't
And,
know if they did anything with her character and after she passed.
I don't know either. And Tom Petty died. He was
Oh yeah.
he was on
he
the
was
show as
lucky.
well. He was lucky. All right. Okay. Well, we'll see what happens.
Her and Bobby had some of the funniest interactions.
I love
gosh.
Luann so much.
The prank episode when she fills
It was
his
so good.
his
fruit
pie
pie.
with dirt. You put
And he
dirt in
steals-
my fruit pie
And he
The-
replaces her birth control with Tic Tacs.
with Tic Tacs.
Yes.
The scene that I always think about when I think of King of the Hill is the tornado episode, and when he's in the eye of the tornado and the tornado has taken all of his clothes and he has to choose between the Texas flag or a cactus to cover his bits, and he chooses the cactus.
And the whole thing where he doesn't have a butt.
His
oh my
tiny
gosh.
Little flat ass.
It is one of the funniest shows that's ever been on TV.
I'm not kidding. That's my parents right there.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not kidding.
Oh,
Everything
Bobby
about
it.
Hill.
I have a narrow urethra.
Man,
why
I
we
wonder how
didn't
more
have any
narrow
more
it is
kids.
now.
Oh,
It's got to be even more narrower these days.
Yeah, what's his
Like,
prostate situation?
I know, like it's.
I'm sure
I mean,
we'll
look
find
at
out.
let's size up Hank right now. By the way, Hank looks kind of the same. Peggy, she's definitely
Aging beautifully.
She's definitely
Yes.
aging. Yeah, she's aging gracefully. Hopefully, I don't know. I just hope that she's. There was a scene there. Too much Peggy, and I was like, "Yo, this is all right. I get
Well,
it. Your head's wrong."
I see that Peggy's eyeglasses. She's got a new pair. She doesn't have that kind that go this way, then up, and then.
A little more rounded.
My mother had those. Anyway,
Insane detail to notice.
I know but I noticed it because I'm like, that's my parents. Oh my God, Anyway, that's me, and every time it's on, Sue will look over at me and go, Bobby Hill. All right. Just real quickly here, want to remind you, of course, that you can support the show. We're commercial free right now. Go to geekshowgotthiscovered.com. It's direct to our Patreon. You get the Star Trek show that we do early. You get the after party, which is just us continuing the show after we're done here. You get that exclusively. It's very affordable, as you can see. And, of course, our stuff. You can buy our merch out in the wild, geekshow.store, which, again, I'm seriously considering taking down the site after I get back from my trip.
Mm-hmm.
I bought a bunch of stuff
Threat.
this week, so, yeah. So get on it. And, oh, yes, of course, Lee George Cade, our dear friend, this is a Venmo to his bank account because, well, it's expensive being Lee these days because we were talking about it last night over dinner, my wife and I, because we were talking about having a party. And I said, well, Lee can't really, I mean, he can come and watch everybody eat, but,
Have some water.
have some water, some delicious tap water.
However, I follow him on Blue Sky, and
Mm-hmm.
he posted yesterday afternoon that his doctor wants him to try eating a quarter cup of rice. to
A
see
whole
how it
quarter
goes.
cup, huh?
Yeah, or might
Wow.
have been half a cup. Anyway, he said he was very delighted to have rice.
Yeah.
So
Well,
he's-
that's exciting. Well,
Yeah,
maybe we can have
making-
our party in the fall.
he's making steps, making
That's
progress.
good.
Oh,
But yeah, his medical bills are outrageous. His insurance is tapped out, and you can help him using that Venmo scan right there. Send money to him directly. There's no middleman there. It goes directly into their bank account to pay for the bills. All right, let's move along. This was probably, I think, the big announcement this week.
Yeah.
Of all the characters,
Right?
Exactly.
Wait,
so
what?
The big Marvel
yeah.
DC comic crossover has been revealed. Deadpool and Batman. Now, when was was it 76, Rob? The first, it was Superman
The
versus
Superman and Spider-Man.
Superman Spider-Man.
I think it was 76, and they've done things off and on. One of the best ones was 84 Uncanny X-Men Teen Titans. That was a great crossover.
And then there was JLA Avengers in 2003.
Yep.
But this one, and you're going to get two different versions of this crossover because DC's producing their own and Marvel's producing their own.
That's interesting.
On the Marvel side, you got Zeb Wells writing, and you've got let's see, who's the artist? Greg Capullo will be the artist. DC is bringing in Grant Morrison to write.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah,
and Dan Mora to do the art.
Now I laugh, but I mean Morrison has written Batman before, and I
He's been
think that
really
when
good.
he did it, wasn't. I think it was the whatever happened to Batman. It was basically at the end of a. I think it was the end of the New 52 when they're trying to tie things up, and Morrison can write Batman. I'm just thinking Morrison writing Deadpool. However, that's what I want to. That's what I want to see.
That's gonna be
Deadpool preaching very LSD-driven human philosophy
To Batman.
to the audience is going to be something else. I just have to say, you know, I read Grant Morrison's run on Batman years ago. His run actually coincided with when I was on Geeshow in a past life.
That's right.
My episode of Batman Brave and Bold paralleled it, sort of, in that it was Dick and Damian as Batman and Robin. I have no idea what I read in that. I'm not smart enough to read Grant Morrison. I have learned.
But that's Grant Morrison. That sums it up in a nutshell. Like, as much of a Green Lantern fan as I am, when he wrote that year of Green Lantern, it was like, swinging for the fences, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, though, his run on JLA in the early 2000s,
But that was before.
absolutely
But that was before a lot of.
fantastic.
That was before he went. I don't want to say off the deep end. Before he became. It was before he became more Grant Morrison. Like
That's fair.
his
That's fair.
Animal Man. Before
Oh,
that was
fantastic.
amazing.
Yeah.
And things that he's done before that, but like JLA, you see that he understood the concept of the Cape and Tights crowd, and he built his JLA as a direct analog to the Greek pantheon, which is why there were 12 members of the JLA, and they each had their roles that you could actually map them one-to-one to different Greek gods, and it was like, this is fantastic. And then he became more Grant Morrison, and fortunately we got All-Star Superman out of that, but then it just
true.
kind of went.
I don't know if they're doing the same story just from their own perspectives. I'm not sure how this is going to work. It will be September 17th. Wade Wilson, hired for a job in Gotham City, puts him in the crosshairs of the world's greatest detective. Accompanying the main one-shot will be a lineup of backup adventures that feature Marvel and DC character matchups. What those are, we don't know yet. But anyway,
I think Kevin Smith is doing one of those. I think
Oh,
it
is he?
said, yeah.
cool.
Instead of Batman Deadpool, I would love to see Red Hood Deadpool.
Yeah. But that's
That team up or fight would be brilliant, just for the way that those two characters would interact.
But if you're
But
sending
see, that's-
Deadpool to Gotham, you got to meet the Joker. You just got to.
yeah.
Yep.
It's-
That's
I
probably
mean, but
his
this is
target.
about a money grab right here. This is come on now.
No.
What?
Batman
Well,
and Deadpool.
what?
Come on now.
Well, count me in. They got my money. I'll
Yeah.
buy each one of them.
I mean, aren't all comics about a money grab?
You hush your mouth.
They want to
Well-
make
Hush.
that money.
They're a money grab for DC and Marvel. They're not a money grab for the writer. Let's segue to Peter David.
Oh, raise a glass.
Which,
this is a bummer.
This is a real bummer this week. Legendary comic book writer died on May 24th after a lengthy illness. He was 68. And I was reading up on him and the stuff that he wrote. And I realized he wrote one of my favorite Spider-Man stories, and it was his first published comic book work in '85.
Wow.
It was the death of Jean DeWolf in Spectacular Spider-Man. And I went, oh, I loved that story. That was terrific. But that was the first thing that he wrote. He then went on to make The Incredible Hulk really cool and interesting.
He wrote that series for
12 years.
Yeah.
12 years.
12 years.
And I read all 12 of it. It was such a good read. It fleshed out the abuse from Banner's father and gave a realistic grounding to the Hulk's rage. Smart Hulk, Great Joe Fix-It Hulk. You know, he introduced all of those. He invented Spider-Man 2099, which again is another one of my favorites. When you start to look at the list of the stuff that he wrote, you're like, oh God, I loved that. That was
Yeah.
so good.
It's so much.
And his
stuff.
Aquaman, I mean, his run on Aquaman was during the, I think he was the one who did the harpoon hand,
Yeah.
where the piranhas were just like, we don't take orders from you.
He did X Factor. He wrote Star Trek for DC while the license was there. He was responsible for DC, one of the DC versus Marvel teams, Supergirl and Teen Titans. Let's see. Of course, he created my favorite Star Trek stories from his novels, where he
Imzadi.
no, no, the New
That
Frontier.
book ushered me into a manhood, though, Rebecca.
Whoa, whoa.
No, the New
There's a
Frontier
story.
series. The New Frontier series. He wrote a series of books with these, characters from all over the Star Trek universe and put them on this ship, the Excalibur, and it was just so good. It was so good. So raise a glass
Yeah.
to Peter David. We didn't realize how influential he is.
I will say my favorite. So I've read. I'm not going to say all of the stuff that you mentioned, Carrie, but my favorite memory of Peter David will forever be seeing the premiere of Sarah Connor Chronicles at San Diego Comic-Con, sitting right next to him. Mm-hmm. That man reacted more to the screen than anyone I've ever met in my life. It was
Awesome.
unreal. He was so fun.
Yeah, that was one of the great things about him, was that he was a fan.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
He was
Yeah,
also
that's
a
dope.
fan as well as a talented writer.
I think it was back like the second FanX here. I went to his panel, and then afterwards I found him on the floor in his booth, and there was nobody there, and I'm just like, and so I stood there and we chatted for like 20 minutes, had a really cool conversation, and it's like, all right, well, hey, great to meet you, and yeah, really cool guy.
Didn't Shannon
Shannon, it was the panel that Shannon, what's the word? Hosted, I guess?
Hosted,
Or,
yeah.
Moderated.
Moderator.
Moderated, yeah.
Yeah.
It was him and Peter David, and it was
wow.
a great panel. And then, yeah, I just got to chat with it for like 20 minutes because everyone just kept walking by his booth, and I'm just like, you guys, this is Peter David.
I actually got to interview him. FanX used to do like TV segments during FanX, and did an interview with him and with Sal Valuto. I guess it was like 2021, and just a delight to talk to,
Yeah.
and just so grounded and down to earth, and just a genuinely sweet person.
Was he the writer on Justice League Task Force with Sal?
Amazing.
I'm not sure, but
Look
I
it up.
would not be surprised.
Look it up and let's see. Anyway, so raise a glass to Peter David and read one of his books or comic books this weekend.
Didn't he invent Young Justice?
He did.
Yeah.
His How to Write Comics is also one of the best books I've ever written, just on storytelling in general.
Oh, I didn't know he did that. Oh,
Yeah.
I gotta pick that up.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's out of print, and the first print is better than the second print.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, Justice League Task Force, Peter David and Sal Valuto.
There you go. We got some casting.
Damn,
For,
I know. Hey,
Yes, Jay?
never mind. Go.
Oh, okay.
My fault.
We got Jocasta has been cast in Vision Quest.
This is an interesting turn of events.
It's Tania Miller from Fall of the House of Usher. And she will
I
be...
was wondering where I knew her from.
She was great in that show.
Yes.
Everyone was great in that show. That show was awesome.
Yes, indeed. She's going to be in the new series that take place after the WandaVision show.
So, Jocasta is an X-Men character, right?
Well,
No, she's an Avengers character.
Avengers
Oh, she's-
character.
Created to be Ultron's wife.
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking of the robot that comes out of the Danger Room AI.
Danger.
That
Yeah.
I was
Danger.
confused.
What do we call this Danger Room robot? Danger.
Danger. Now,
Okay,
yeah,
yeah.
because Ultron is in the Vision Quest series. So I guess they're going to bring Jocasta in as well. So that'll be interesting.
I'm hoping, just because I'm now amused to hear this, since Vision is now all white, that they've cast a black character as Jocasta. I'm just like, that's just funny to me on so many levels.
Oh, she was also on Haunting of Bly Manor as well. She's worked with Mike Flanagan quite a bit. All right. There you go. Let's see. Oh, and speaking of Marvel, they're going to skip Hall H again this year.
Good.
What do they have to show off?
Well, that's the thing, is that they got Fantastic Four, which is opening during San Diego
Yeah,
Comic
they've
Con.
already teased that to death.
Yeah, and
They've been doing screenings of Fantastic Four. So of course the details of the post-credit scenes have leaked, and I have of course sought those bad boys out.
let's have that in the after party.
No.
I don't want to ruin it for
Yeah, I don't want to
everybody.
know.
Well,
Yeah.
I want to know. Okay, all
You
right.
guys
I'll
can have a
message you,
secret
Carrie.
conversation by yourselves.
I'll
We'll
message
figure
you,
it out.
Carrie.
Please do. Yeah, so they're going to skip Hall H this year.
But sure, they could start talking about Ironheart. I'm sorry, did I say that out loud? Yes. I
Well,
did.
they really should. They should do something with Ironheart.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so there's that. Let's see. Now, here's a couple of little tidbits from James Gunn and that universe. Here we go. Nathan Fillion revealed his portrayal of Guy Gardner is inspired by Estelle Getty's character Sophia Petrillo on Golden Girl.
The sassiest of the Golden
The
Girls.
raunchiest.
And I can say, yeah, check for Guy Gardner. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep,
exactly.
yep.
He says, I took my inspiration from the oldest cast member from the Golden Girls, where she just, whatever she wanted to say, there was no filter, just whatever it was, there it is. And
And
Guy
that's
Gardner's
hilarious.
going to say it. So there's that. And in a conversation with Entertainment Weekly, James Gunn stated that the second season of Peacemaker will include some cameos that we've kind of been privy to, but one really, really big cameo near the end of the show. He says,
Is it Giganta?
I don't know. He says,
She's very
Titano.
you've seen what we
also very
call
big.
the QUC, the Quantum Unfolding Chamber, in the first sequence of Peacemaker. And we see more about that technology in Superman. The QUC is the center of the story in Peacemaker Season 2. We see a lot of different characters from Superman in the season, including Isabella and Nathan and Sean, which we saw in the trailer. And then we'll see a bunch of other characters later on in the season from other parts of the DCU and from Superman. And there might be one really, really big cameo near the end of the show, he says.
I'm so excited for this.
Speaking of Superman, did you guys watch the little vignette about the kids on set
Yeah.
meeting Superman?
I know, right?
No. Did it make you cry? It sounds like it made you cry.
Oh,
It's adorable.
obviously, I cry at everything, dude.
It's adorable.
But like, there's a whole thing of who was it? I can't remember who said the quote, but when kids meet, the on-set actor playing Superman, they're not meeting that actor; they are meeting Superman. And
Nice.
David Cornsweet has such sweet interactions with these children. Oh, it was so nice.
Let's see. Speaking of children, there's casting for the Harry Potter series, which I will not be watching.
Pray for these kids.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, these poor kids.
Dominic McLaughlin as Harry, Annabella Stanton as Hermione, and Alistair Stout as Ron Weasley.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah,
There.
that's kind of where I'm at.
All right.
Hey, yo,
New actors for the roles.
Yeah, I mean, it's,
Yo.
good luck. Good luck, you guys. That's all I can say.
hey, I got a question. What, like, and I mean this because I genuinely rock with Harry Potter. I was late to the party on this shit, but like, hey, I'm just gonna ask the question: do we need this shit?
No.
Warner Brothers Bank needs this shit.
Exactly.
But what is this? Like,
Well, what they're
even
what they're
is
going to
this?
do is they're going to take each season is going to be one book in the series. So they're instead of where the movie passed over a lot of stuff that happened in the books, they're going to address it in the series because they can take more time with it.
These kids, man, these kids are. set
Could they
up
just
to
call it the
fail.
Young Harry
Look at
Potter
them.
Chronicles?
Oh, Jimmy Johns makes an excellent point. We're all thinking it. This Hermione being called a mudblood seems different now.
I think David Zaslav.
Personally,
Oh.
not a fan. Oh no, go on.
I was just going to say, I think David Zaslav has a like prize wheel in his office of the worst decisions I can make, and he spins it like monthly, and it's like, oh, Pulp Roadrunner, sure, kill Batgirl, Sure. Make a new Harry Potter? That sounds great.
Everyone loves Harry Potter. Listen, I grew up Harry Potter, big Harry Potter fan, not a J.K. Rowling fan.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
It's just not the time.
Yeah, this honestly makes me sad because honestly, this picture makes me sad because these kids look so happy. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Bring your mic up to your.
They've got their whole lives ahead of them. You know what? These kids look like they've never ever seen the internet before. You know what
Exactly.
I mean?
I
Like
worry
when
about
you tell
these
your
kids.
kids to go play outside, this is what they look like.
Touch grass. We are.
Yeah.
It's going to be the same thing that happened to what's his name, Lloyd. Sean Lloyd, was that his name? Anakin in Phantom Menace.
Jake
Jake
Lloyd.
Lloyd.
Jake
Yeah.
Lloyd.
Jake Lloyd. Oh, I should have known that. It's going to be the same.
Now that's
effect.
podcasting.
This is podcast.
Come on.
Oh, Jay, that was.
Oh.
I love that.
There's the title of the episode.
I'm so sorry. God.
No,
No, you're
do not
not.
apologize.
Delicious.
Now that's podcasting. All right. Well, let's move on to the final story I have now. I've got a few quotes here from him, but the headline is
This
our-
guy.
George R.R. Martin is starting to get sick of your Winds of Winter complaining.
Well, then maybe he should finish the damn book.
He's
Who got this
never
picture? Who
going
found this
to.
picture? Rebecca, did you find this picture?
Did I find this picture?
Yeah, this picture is outrageous.
Because it looks
Yeah.
like Woody Harrelson cosplaying as George R.R. Martin.
No. Like, well, okay. Honestly, he looks like the love child of Guy Fieri and Yosemite Sam.
That's it. That's it
Oh,
right
I
there.
like that too. Yeah.
So he's involved in producing an animated feature called A Dozen Tough Jobs.
So it's never going to come out. Got it.
One of those
So-
tough jobs is writing.
But he
Apparently,
was there, and he took a moment to make a joke about him adding yet another side quest to his list of projects. It says here. Now there's a lot of quotes here, but he's very upset at all of us. Here we go. I know. Some of you will be pissed off by this, as you are by everything I announce here that's not about Westeros or Winds of Winter. You've given up on me or on the book. I'll never finish Winds. If I do, I'll never finish A Dream of Spring. If I do, it won't be any good.
well, he understands now, so just finish them.
Well, here's what he
Well-
says. He says, I ought to get some other writer to pinch hit for me. I'm going to die soon anyway because I'm so old. I lost all interest in A Song of Ice and Fire decades ago. I don't give a shit about writing any longer.
Love this for him. Oh, mad respect.
Yeah, I
Don't
respect the shit
care
out of
about
that.
writing.
I just sit around and spend my money. I edit wild card books too, but you hate wild cards. You may hate everything else I have ever written. The Hugo winners, the Hugo losers, A Song for Laia, Dying of the Light, and he starts listing all this stuff.
Okay, you know what?
You know,
I like this actually.
Yeah.
you don't-
Hearing him lay it out like that on.
He's like, you don't care about any of those. I know. You don't care about anything but Winds of Winter. You've told me often enough. Let's see. He then goes on to say, let's see. Then he does say he cares about Wind and the world it inhabits. He says, the thing is, I do care about them, and I care about Westeros and Winds as well. The Starks and Lannisters, Targaryens, all the dragons and direwolves. I care about all of them more than you can imagine. And then he goes on to just, I don't think he's going to write these books, guys. I really
Nah,
don't.
man.
Okay, so my
I-
question is, was that first half of
He's-
his little diatribe his Shatner get a life speech?
Yeah,
Could
go
be.
touch grass. Him, Patrick Rothfuss, and now Taylor Swift never gonna do the final versions of the things they said they were gonna do, and I have to respect it.
And Rihanna.
Because they saw
you
what
know
happened with
I'm
George
saying?
Lucas.
And
did.
Rihanna, Rihanna's never coming back to music, you guys.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I respect the shit out of this because let's be honest, this man looks like he's pushing 178, and like it's time. Like, he's already secured the bag. You know, like it's like, so he's already proven himself, and he's like, fuck, in a way, he's like, I don't need this shit.
Well, what he,
That's
should,
I got
exactly what
hats.
he's saying.
what he should do is he should start auditioning writers
Yeah,
to take
ghostwriter
over.
or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
and then tell them, here's what I was going to do with it. Go, you know.
Yep.
Anyway.
He's
Also,
70
that's a great model sheet for the new King of the Hill.
That's what. Yeah.
76 years old this year.
Yeah, he's I said 176.
Peter David died and he was 68.
Oh, he'll be 77 this year, actually.
But that's what I'm saying. If you're 76
Young
and somebody
spring
tells you,
chicken.
"Hey man, you still got to get to work," man, hell no.
Agreed. And the fact that he's just like, I don't care about this stuff anymore. I want to go do other things. Get off my back. You know what? I'm going to get off his back. I respect that.
Do you guys know where George R. Martin was born?
Westeros?
Hold on.
Hospital.
Hold on.
Come on, guys.
I know a man from Detroit when I see one.
New Jersey.
That fits with the way he's talking.
Jersey was
just
my
now.
second guess.
Sure is.
All right. What did we consume this week? Who wants to go first?
I'll go.
All right, Tony.
Got a fairly long list, but I'm going to go through it quick. TV shows, the studio finale, awesome, freaking fantastic. That show, I really, it better get a second season because
It did.
It is.
Okay,
yeah.
good, because fantastic. Murderbot, are you guys watching Murderbot?
I watched the first episode. I haven't continued yet. I will.
It's
I've
it's pretty good.
been watching Alexander Skarsgård's interviews.
I mean, those are good too. But yeah, give Murderbot a shot if you're interested in some sci-fi action comedy. I've liked it quite a bit. Rick and Morty's back. Yes. Season 8, episode 1, all about chargers and phone chargers, and
how important they are.
great opening to season 8. I really enjoyed it.
And we were
Anything-
talking about the voice actors that are in there now, and they've
leveled up.
they've really got it this time. It's like
yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's not even noticeable at this point. The only way you might notice is if you're if you like watch old stuff and then go right into the new stuff. But even then, I don't think you're going to tell a big
I don't know.
difference.
It's pretty damn close.
So yeah, loved that. I can't wait for more each week. Watched 4 movies in the last week and a half.
Whoa.
Weird for us.
Coming from my job.
The Hunt. You guys ever see The Hunt?
Yeah.
With Betty Gilpin.
Get Betty Gilpin.
Oh, I did see that. Yeah.
Ethan.
Yeah.
Ethan.
I liked that.
Big
Oh,
guy.
and Hilary Swank.
Yeah, Hilary Swank. That was a fun
Yeah,
movie.
that's an older movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it came
Yeah.
out. Yeah, I think like 18.
8 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, something around there.
Something like
That's
that.
a good show. That's a good
It's a
movie.
good show.
Good one. That was a good
show.
one.
Check it out. The Hunt. It's on. I streamed it on Paramount, I think. Novocaine. We watched Novocaine.
Oh.
That show's disturbing.
That's fun.
And
That's fun.
a lot of fun. The torture scene was,
Oh, ow, ah.
but also quite funny. Yeah, liked Novocaine a lot. Mickey 17, also quite good. Really enjoyed that one. Give old vampire guy Robert Pattinson. I think he deserves some kind of nomination for this role because he was very different than anything he's ever
He's
played.
a good actor.
Oh yeah, no doubt about that.
He's a weird little dude.
Exactly. The voices he pulled in this and everything, I respect. That was
Hold on a
really
second,
good.
Rebecca. Weird little dude. Do you put him in the Crispin Glover weird little dude category? For example,
Crispin Glover is weird outside of his roles.
He's in a
Fair.
class of
I
his
just-
own. Yeah.
I'm just trying to categorize, just to make sure I understand where you're going here.
Crispin
I would-
Glover is a good man.
oh.
Don't bring him into this.
You
I
can be
stand
weird
corrected.
and good at the same time.
I can
there's
kick.
nothing stopping that. And then the sleeper that we watched this last week that turned out to be really good. Transformers 1. You guys watched? Holy cow!
Yeah.
Yeah, we were
Oh,
talking
yeah.
about
No,
this last year. Where were you?
I'm telling
Not watching it, apparently.
No, I was late to the party on this joint too, man. And I'm telling you, Transformers 1, the rewatch value on that. I have
Oh,
watched
yeah.
it like 3 times. I'm like, I get something new from it every single time.
And
I
I
was like,
believe it.
what?
when it ended, I said I need another one of those. I need
exactly.
a sequel,
And
but
guess
we're
what
not getting one.
gonna get? Yeah.
Yeah.
Super good. can't recommend Transformers 1 enough. I think, oddly enough, I think that was my favorite of the 4 movies we watched. And then last but not least, a couple of reality TV shows. Taskmaster. Rebecca, thank you for introducing me to Taskmaster.
You're so welcome, dude. You have 18 whole seasons
I
on
know.
YouTube to watch.
I know.
It's so fun.
It is freaking hilarious. This latest season has Jason Mantzoukas and a bunch of other British comedians. And
He's the first American to be on the show. America tried to make our
He's
own
so
version
good.
of this show, and it didn't work out because there's just something so magical and dry about the British version of it.
I believe
And having Jason Mantzoukas on this season has been so funny because he brings such a level of chaos
yes,
to,
He's so good
to
at
the
it.
show
He's
that
so
they
good
are
at
not
chaos.
used to.
he's a little chaos demon, and I love it. And
He's
then,
been like that his whole career. It's so good.
His
I'll
whole
watch
time.
anything with Jason Mantzoukas.
Since the league, that's what
He was
I
so
love
good
it.
in the league.
He frightened me in the league.
So good.
And then I finished The Secret Lives of Mormon Housewives.
Ooh, Mom Talk, are they gonna survive this?
What even is Mom Talk?
Mom
Is
Talk,
it a
it's
company? Is it like is
It's-
it an
them
organization?
it's them on TikTok.
That's bull
Yeah.
crap.
Yeah.
They barely like what you have to be in the club to use hashtag Mom Talk. Is that what this
Yeah.
means? Like
Yeah, dude.
what?
It's stupid people yelling at each other.
Oh my
I hate
gosh.
it. Yeah.
And I swore that I would stop watching after season 2, and I'm gonna stick to that for as long as I can. Which is probably until season 3 comes out. But I hate it so much, and I can't stop watching it.
What I love about this new season of Secret Lives of Mormon Wives is they bring in a new one, and the new lady is like, "Oh, I don't like any of this."
Yeah. It's like, what is going on here? Is that Layla? No, Layla was in
No,
the first season. Miranda.
Whatever her name is, the new and they all look the same. It's the
They
new
do,
one
that's
with
the
the
thing.
long blonde hair. Who Miranda? I think
She
you're
used
right,
to
is
be.
her name.
And she wasn't part of
she
it when the show
was,
started.
and then
yeah,
she
that's
wasn't.
Yeah,
Ugh,
this
is
show,
stupid. It
I
is
don't know.
stupid.
Miranda. It is dumb, and I hate watch it, and I don't know why. The end.
All right.
Yeah,
I just like the energy. I just liked listening to y'all just vibe about that. That was like a fun. You know what I'm saying? It was just like it was like listening to a little meet cute, like when you hear somebody else's conversation at a coffee shop, and you just
You're like, ooh, this is interesting.
yeah, it was just cute. I like the energy.
Who's next?
I'll go. I am so quick because I didn't see any movies this week and I haven't watched any TV this week. If you are going out to the movies, I talked about this last time. Bring Her Back is in theaters, and The Phoenician Scheme, both fun. If you like horror movies, Bring Her Back. If you like Wes Anderson, The Phoenician Scheme. I read a book, The Jungle by Upton Sinclair.
my.
The early 1900s. I am not eating red meat anymore.
Felt like punishing yourself.
Not punishing myself. Here's the deal: if I know where the meat came from, I'll probably eat it. But there's a paragraph within this book that was so beautifully written and truly horrific that I was like, oh, I'm not gonna eat red meat anymore.
Are you
very
really?
good.
You,
Yeah.
for real?
Well,
Yeah.
You know, Rebecca, there's a lot of farms around here that sell their meat directly, and you can
Yeah.
even go and see the process. You can see it all
Cool.
happen. And, you know,
Yeah.
so
Also,
that
things-
would be
Yeah.
the way to go.
Things are
Yeah.
very different now than they were.
I know. Yeah, I know. It's more of like a philosophical living one of God's creatures kind of thing for me. But also,
Tasty
not
creature.
not just about, meat, but also just the way immigrants have it so hard here in the United States, and the American dream is expensive and impossible. I cannot
Mhm.
believe so many people read this in high school, and it slipped right by me. I didn't read this in high school. Insane. But also, my husband has been watching this TV show Watson, and he's
Morris Chestnut?
really
Yeah,
with Morris Chestnut.
That's the one with Morris Chestnut crime and shit. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
he's Dr. Watson.
Randall Park is Moriarty, And
What? Okay.
Yep.
I'm in.
I
Yeah.
never would have cast. Wow.
I know
He's kind of brilliant in it.
I'm not watching this show. I'm catching glimpses of it when I enter the room. And I personally think Randall Park should only do comedy, but my husband is like, he's great as Moriarty in this show, and he's
I'm
hooked.
trying to imagine that. Okay, I have to go
Because
and
you
watch
never
it
think of
now.
Randall Park as being a dark character, or being,
Exactly.
Yeah.
yeah, and it works because you're so caught off guard by. But I know him from as Jimmy Woo or any other thing that he's done, and you're like, oh no, he's kind of sinister.
I want an Agents
Yeah.
of Atlas movie so bad.
Anyway, that's it from me.
Wow.
All right.
I know
Yeah,
I
I'll go.
didn't do anything this week.
Okay, Rob, you want to go?
I'll go. Yeah. Not mentioning N.K. Jemisin, but I am going to mention this because we did talk about Grant Morrison. If you have a chance to pick up All Star Superman, whether you are or not a fan, like I said last week, this is a great homage to the Silver Age and some of the really goofy and silly stuff that Superman is known for. But it's also a very touching story and endearing, just in how Superman is written. And Morrison, you could tell, really does love the character and does a good job of bringing everything from serious to silly together in one story. And it's just a fun read. It's 12 issues compacted into this, and it's only $10, so it's worth it totally.
The
Finally
animated movie based on that is really, really good too.
it was one of the better adaptations that they've done of
Yeah.
a book for the
Yep.
DC animated series. Finished the Godwolf manuscript. My dive back into the Spencer series of books, which were the basis for the Spencer for Hire TV series and movies. Do not count Spencer Confidential on Netflix. Just
That's
leave
the
it
only
out.
one I count.
Leave it out. I'm going to probably keep with this for a little bit, keep with the series for a bit, and go on to God Save the Child next, because again, I just rediscovered that it is a happy, warm, fuzzy spot for me. There are some things about the character I'd forgotten about that they did in this book that they've kind of smoothed out later, but it's nice getting back into that kind of just joyous, happy spot of just gumshoe against the world kind of thing. And really quick, 5 comics. Herculoids number 4.
Herculoids. Oh my goodness.
Yes. And it is a coming of age story for another alien on Amzot, and it also features Zoc the Laser Dragon in a role that you really wouldn't expect if you ever watched the cartoons.
It's an old Hanna-Barbera cartoon, Tony. It's from a long time ago.
Around the same time as Space Ghost came out.
Yeah.
Nice.
Giant Size X-Men number 1. Miss Marvel winds up back in time right at the during the Giant Size X-Men story, and you do get a glimpse that this does occur following All New X-Men. So she in her current incarnation knows Scott as a younger adult, and they remember each other from their time on the Champions together. Time travel shenanigans, just let it go.
Okay.
What?
Magic number 5, yes.
Okay,
Ileana, Darkchild, Danny Moonstar, go. And it's nice to see characters who've known each other for as long as they do. Danny and Ileana have a long history together in the New Mutants from like the 80s, after Ileana got aged up to a teenager. And watching how their dynamic works outside of a standard X book, just as two friends who've known each other and know how each other thinks and how they tick, was really kind of fun to see.
All right.
Coming up for those of you who are not familiar with the character, Mr. Terrific Year 1.
Nice.
Mr. Terrific will be featured in Superman this summer. This is a good way to get to know a little bit about the background of the character, where he came from. This is a bit of an origin story, following right before he truly becomes Mr. Terrific. He's developing his technology for other things, and we kind of just get to see where he comes from. They put him in Gateway City, which was really last seen in Wonder Woman as her base when John Byrne was writing, if I'm not mistaken.
That's
And lastly-
the movie costume for him too, I think.
And
Yeah.
yes, it is the movie costume, which really isn't that different from his standard costume, but
Yeah.
yes, this is the movie costume. And lastly, for the Star Trek fans, and as a tie-in to the ongoing Lore War series in the Star Trek comics, Shax's worst day.
Oh my goodness.
Oh no.
And Ryan North. Now, if you know him for Squirrel Girl, and you know that he can do the silly, you've read his other comics from Lower Decks when he wrote that. He does the silly well, but he also understands Shax and what drives Shax, and it's just 20 something pages of just fun watching Shax deal with the alternate reality of life after lore. And
Yeah.
pick it up. It is so much fun.
Nice homage to Captain Picard Day on that cover
And
as well.
yes, and
yeah.
it is good. Homage to Captain Picard Day on the cover.
Let's get in. Yeah, look at that.
All right.
Shax's worst day.
Let's see.
I can go.
Jake. All right.
Yeah,
Jake.
I'll go.
Yeah, yeah.
So first up, sort of stemming from a conversation of recent days, this was gifted to me a few months ago. It's the original script to The City on the Edge of Forever by Harlan Ellison.
That's the episode I saw.
Yeah, yeah, that may or may not be why I'm bringing it up today.
Oh,
Limited edition.
That's awesome.
And it's got a bunch of afterwords and forewords by various cast members from the original series, talking about their experience on the show, things like that. Like I said, it was gifted to me a few months ago, and I finally picked it up off the nightstand last night. And yeah, it's really interesting to see the changes that made Harlan hate the episode. The other big thing for me was Pee-wee as himself. And Rebecca and I messaged a little bit about that. It was fascinating, and it was endearing, and it was charming, and also I kind of hated it because he kind of came across as a dick. And
You can kind of, but you understand why, though.
no, right, and the perfectionism of him and all of that, I really got it, and it's just such a fascinating, like I said, fascinating look at a performance artist who struggles with his perfectionism above all, and the lack of control that he has in the documentary it just makes a really interesting watch, and you can see how divided within himself he has always been, and just it's really great. It's on Max, 2 parts. I watched it in one sitting, so the full 4 hours. And the last thing that I will say is I also saw a sneak peek of the cover for the next Rick and Morty comic that I'm doing, which is
Nice.
tie-in to a big summer crossover event called Rick versus the Universe.
Summer the season or summer the character?
Oh, summer of the season. Yeah, good call, Rebecca.
thank you.
Yeah, summertime, traditional summertime crossover event called Rick versus the Universe, where basically 2 universes are getting married, and they have to kind of stop it. Summer throws a bachelorette party for one of them. My story is called Beth Until Death, and it's a little bit about Jerry and the 2 Beths.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's being show run by Daniel Kibblesmith, who
Kibblesmith?
Yes.
Oh.
Who was a writer on Late Show and a bunch of other stuff. Very, very funny personality on social.
I follow him.
Yeah. So keep your eyes out for that. That's coming out in, I think it starts in July, maybe August. My issue hits in October.
There we go. Thank you, Jake. All right, Jay Whitaker.
Yeah, that's cool. Hey, I'm having some connection issues. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
You're cutting in and
We
out.
can see you now.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I'll just try to keep it brief, but I think the last time I was on, I was telling you I was watching Daredevil. Finished Daredevil. I went and saw Thunderbolts with my son. That was great.
Nice.
He really enjoyed Thunderbolts. I mean, okay. I'm all right. I'm gonna say something about this movie, about Thunderbolts, and nobody be mad. You know me. I'm the geek that like, hey, I'm just happy that it got made. but y'all like, but this movie was predictable as hell, and that's all.
Yeah.
That's all I could say. Yeah, and
Yeah.
so it was good, and Rebecca's tweet on this was like my favorite because she says it was something along the lines of "You'll love Thunderbolts if you went to therapy," and
Yeah.
it's and that's what made me excited for this movie. But it was pretty predictable. But that's because I knew the source material, so I like the fact that it stuck to the source material. I finally finished Harley Quinn on Max. It is just silly fun. It's silly fun. Because
Are we getting another
to watch
season? Has anyone heard?
I don't know.
I
Well,
think we are.
I hope so. It felt pretty final, though, is the thing. But
It felt. Yeah,
Oh, it didn't feel final to me.
Oh, I hope we get another season.
Put it this way: if that was the last one, I'd be happy. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like they could ride it out on top because I think it's just a fun universe. Because I think it took me 4 seasons to realize, like, oh, this universe would never show up in anything. They will never be linked. Like, you could, like, this is just its own thing, and because there's me that's always maybe this is the forever. We should all be together in me. Like, I was just like, man, I just wish this would end up in the DC cinematic universe or whatever. And it's not going to happen. There's no way that can happen. It's too much work.
There. It's a silly place.
Well, I think if you could merge it anywhere, it would be in Peacemaker.
Right.
I think you could.
Peacemaker for sure.
Yeah.
I started watching The Last of Us. Finally been watching that.
Oh yeah, shoot.
That I've been enjoying that.
You?
I'm like, I think episode 5. I want to say, and man, I don't know if I'm enjoying. I'm enjoying it, but I think I'm just not in the right place in my life to enjoy it like I used to. I don't know. That's more of a deeper question. And then I happened to be folding clothes one night, and I saw this goofy ass movie that won an Oscar a few years back. Never saw it because the movie didn't win an Oscar. The actor won an Oscar for it, but I didn't want to see it. I didn't want to see it because it definitely isn't Joker because it's a white guilt movie. I saw this goof ass movie called Green Book. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh,
is this not good?
You mean
no?
Viggo Mortensen?
Didn't it win Best Picture? That one won Best Picture.
Yeah.
It's one of because it's a movie that makes white people like recognize, like, oh gee, racism does happen. Yeah. It's just like it's one of those movies that, like, it conveyed a message. It finally got its message across to white folks. Like, it's the shit that we've been telling y'all for years, but they got to spend $84 billion just to get a movie made. Anyways, all right, this is a goof ass movie.
This was directed by Peter Farrelly of the Farrelly brothers.
Yeah, but it's still good. It's still good. I enjoyed it. It's just goofy. This is the
movie that Mahershala Ali won his Oscar for, immediately called Kevin Feige and was like, I want to do a Blade movie and I want to be Blade. And Kevin Feige was like, yes, absolutely. And here we are.
Sure didn't work out.
But Viggo Mortensen, we know, you get to watch Aragon basically be Andrew Dice Clay, and it's
Aragon Dice
that
Clay.
way. You're right.
Aragon Dice Clay.
It's like
very well put. I like that.
It's so goofy, man. All right, and then
Return of the King is a good Dice Clay comeback tour name.
Yo, Jake, that's very funny. Mickey 17, I saw this. I agree with Tony. I agree with Tony. Really good. Mark Ruffalo, just
man, he just chews that scenery, doesn't he? But it was
his
good.
veneers.
It's and the love interest in I forget her name, but she is just
Naomi
I loved
Aki.
her. Yeah,
Yes.
she was just great. I loved her so much, and I was like, yeah, that was the first, like, I was genuinely watching this movie and I was like, that's the kind of love I want. You know what I mean? Give me a woman like that, like real shit. Like, I was just like, damn, girl, hold him down. That's what real love. And I was like, damn, let me go watch Thunderbolts and get in therapy. It was great.
It was a good movie.
I went and rewatched Sinners again. I enjoy it every time. It is so damn good. Just, you keep getting little things from it. It's such a fun movie to break down. And it like listening to the conspiracy theories and just like writers break it down, but it's also just fun to listen to or to watch Brian Coogler explain anything. Because
did you watch his Kodak interview?
Yes. It's listen to, like, if you want to just listen to how I grew up, and then it just, he's so where he's from in California, that is so dope to see, because I grew up with people that talk like him, and it's just this. It's cool to see somebody that's successful on that platform doing so well. So it's cool. And then lastly, I've been getting back into gaming because I've been playing my Steam Deck because I'm on the go. I love the Steam Deck.
Yeah.
I'm getting into Skyrim. I'm getting into Baldur's Gate. I've never been. Yeah, I'm normally a pick it up, fight, Hadouken, throw a pass, and because I don't have that kind of time, and now I'm kind of got time to stretch out and enjoy an RPG, and so I've been enjoying things. I mean, it's cool, like, and what I like is when you create your player, and I realized I always used to try to make it look like me, because it was like they never had the black characters. But now I'm just like, I don't give a shit what this dude look like. I don't even give a shit. Like,
I've also hit that point with the RPGs, and I used to spend 2 hours making it look like. Now I'm just like, default character, let's go.
No, I know. I want I don't want the default. I mean, it's just like, hey, make my skin color neon pink with like goldy purple dreads. I don't know. Just I don't care. I do not care. Just make me look as goofy as possible at running through this universe. Sorry, that went a little long.
Quick question, Carrie, before you get started.
Yes.
So for those, because I forgot that I also watched Mickey 17 this week, but has anybody read Mickey 7?
No.
Okay.
Rebecca.
So
has.
Rebecca, Sarah and I watched it, and she was telling me how it differed from the book. Did that difference detract from your enjoyment of the movie or enhance it because they went a slightly different direction?
It's kind of crazy because the book is a lot more comic, like pretty funny.
Oh,
Really?
really?
You mentioned as well.
Oh yeah, the book is a lot more wacky, and Bong Joon-ho kept some elements of the wackiness of that, but added his own Bong Joon-ho flavor to the movie. He definitely added he's got messages that he likes to include in his movies, and he added it, and it felt very different from the book while still maintaining elements of it. But I mean, it's kind of like, I like apples and I like oranges, so I enjoyed it.
Well, I'll say this about Mickey 17. I predict that it's going to be one of those movies that we're referencing 15, 20 years from now.
Oh, really?
It's one of those that, failed at the box office, but will be considered a cult classic here in about 20 years. I really do feel that way.
I could see that.
It was that good.
I do think it is kind of, because you guys all watched it this week, and I like me having seen it months ago. I'm like, oh damn, you guys are just now getting on board with this movie.
Yeah, well, it just.
But, like, that's
sorry,
how
we're not as cool.
okay.
We're not as cool as you, dog.
Oh, I get it.
Hey, real quick, I just want to say, I really like this part of the show because you give great. It's cool to hear the stories. It's always fun. I'm like, oh damn, they're making that. Oh shit, we didn't need this. But then it's like a real cool part where it's just like, I like hearing about everybody's day. They're like, everything's been going great, and I've been watching this. We had time to do this, so we watched this. We had a chance to watch 4 movies this weekend, and we caught up on that. You know what I mean? Like, it's just cute to hear. And then, like, we put the camera on Rob, and he like shows us his things, like a show and tell. That's just cool. I just like
just happy to be here,
kicking it with my friends. That's it.
We're here every Saturday, Jay.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's how I feel about Mickey 17. I think it's a classic. I finished The Last of Us season 2, I guess it is. All, what, 6 episodes is all?
Seven.
Something like that? 7? Finished it. I don't know why people are hating on this season so much. I thought it was great.
It's because Pedro Pascal's not there.
I'm okay.
Same reason
I'm
they hated
okay.
on the second game.
Yeah.
You
That
didn't get
too.
to play as,
Can we talk about this a little
Joel.
bit in the after party? Because I've got some questions as somebody who never played the game but did enjoy the season.
I never played the game, and I'm enjoying the season.
But I know that Rebecca has.
Yeah. Anyway, Rick and Morty was
Tony
terrific.
has.
And this guy.
The series I'm currently watching right now is The Madness on
The
Netflix.
Madness.
The Madness is what
What's
it's called.
that?
Coleman Domingo as
Okay, that's enough said.
That's all you had
Yeah.
to say, right?
Yeah, like seriously.
He's so good.
Norman Osborn, I'm in.
Coleman Domingo
I like
as
him.
as a news reporter who's being framed by a Jeff Bezos type character and a white supremacist group for the murder of the head of the white supremacist group. And so he's on the run. Yeah. It's obviously taking place in our world, you know. It's Bradley Whitford is the Jeff Bezos type character.
Oh, I love him.
Yeah, and just terrific stuff. Just really, really good. Of course, Coleman Domingo. That's all you had to say. And then, as Jay upset people with his review of Thunderbolts, I'm going to upset people with what I'm about to say.
Uh-oh.
Because it's the anniversary, I rewatched Revenge of the Sith, and I'm here to tell you that is
I'm
a terrible
not
movie.
here to listen to any shit you have to say about Revenge of the Sith, dude.
I'm telling you.
I'm here to tell you.
That movie is not good. It is not good. And here's
You're not
why.
a good movie, Carrie.
No, and here's
Now
why.
that's podcasting.
That's podcasting. Here we go. Just quickly, here's why it's not a good movie. George Lucas is not interested in telling a story there. Because I watched the documentary of him at ILM during the time he made these movies,
documentaries.
and he did not care about this story. He was all about the technical end of it. He didn't want to direct it. He didn't want to write it. He just wanted to play with the toys and make the movie look cool. That movie is not good.
Yeah, J.J. Abrams does the same thing, and everyone loses their goddamn minds.
Counterpoint, Carrie.
Just watch the ILM documentary, the season 2 of it, where they're making the prequels, and you can see George doesn't give a shit. He wants to play with his toys. That's what he wants. You know?
Carrie, did you see this movie called Return of the Jedi? Same damn thing.
Yeah.
But I will say that this movie, when it came out for the prequel trilogy, it to me finally felt more like a Star Wars movie than its two predecessors, because it felt like they
Yes.
both like the Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clowns.
Got him.
Yeah, that was intentional.
Get 'em.
They all just kind of felt like, we're in the Star Wars universe.
Exactly.
Look at the toys. But this
Yeah.
one actually felt more like, especially coming into a starship battle, which is and we get it right off the bat. We get lightsaber duels at the end. It just overall felt less like a political thriller, that they were a space political thriller, less like a toy grab, and more like, hey, we're trying to actually make this work and fit it into the mythology of Star Wars. For me,
That
however
that
many
honestly,
years ago.
that honestly is my biggest problem with it. Is that it feels a little shoehorned.
I don't know. It totally
Like-
feels shoehorned.
Like they know where they need to get, but they
Exactly. Make it
they connected the dots in the wrong order. If
Yes.
that makes sense.
Yes.
So
They connected the dots, but they didn't make us care.
yeah.
Fair.
Rebecca,
Thank you.
counterpoint.
Sorry.
I stopped listening.
How'd you know? How'd
I'm
you know?
sorry.
If you stopped listening, how'd you know he called up on you?
I sense
She heard her
cues.
name.
Listen,
There's a disturbance in the force.
Rebecca, I'm glad you enjoy it. I really do, and I'm happy for you.
And I'm going to clarify too. It is one of my favorite of all 11 Star Wars movies.
Yeah,
It's
it's good.
top 3 or 4 for me.
I'll say this: that there is more bad Star Wars than there is good.
Wow.
And you're
Oh,
talking
good Star
to,
Wars is so good.
yeah, and you're talking
Okay.
to a guy who collects Jawa figures. Okay, so
So real quick, just like I also finished Andor, and so which I enjoyed. Yes, Diego Luna can do no wrong in my opinion. And But I will say I watched Rogue One right after it just to see.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sorry, like that is it's the perfect Star Wars for me. For me
Isn't it?
personally,
Me too,
it's
yeah.
perfect. It's perfect.
Needs
I-
more
it,
space
like,
wizards.
It
It's-
just it needed more Jawas. That's all. Shoehorn some Jawas in there for me, would you?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to head over to the after party now. Y'all can join us if you join our
After
Patreon.
flooding.
GeekShowGotThisCovered.com is the link to our Patreon. Come and join us. We're going to head over there and keep this going. So live long and prosper, bitches.
After